There is something stirring in your spirit, isn't there? A quiet ache, a divine pull, a whisper that says, "I should be further along by now." You look around and see others moving, building, rising. And though you've done your best to keep the faith, part of you wonders if you've somehow missed your moment, if you've fallen behind. But let me tell you something that will realign your entire soul. You're not late. You're not behind. You're being positioned. And that is something entirely different. This is not a delay. This is divine orchestration. Before we begin, if this message resonates with you already, take a moment to comment your warmest wishes below, and type 333 or 222 as a sign of alignment. Share this message with someone who might be feeling the same quiet doubt. Welcome, Chosen One. You are not listening to this by accident. You are not walking through this wilderness alone. What you're going through, this stretching, this waiting, this painful recalibration, is not punishment. It is preparation for glory. It is the divine rearranging everything in your favor, behind a veil you cannot yet see. And while you've been questioning your pace, heaven has been orchestrating your position. You see, there is a difference between delay and divine positioning. One suggests lack and punishment. The other implies purpose, design, and destiny. The world has taught you to panic when things don't arrive on your timeline. But the Spirit is reminding you now that glory doesn't follow clocks, it follows alignment. You're not falling behind. You're falling into place. Let this soak in. Sometimes the longer the wait, the greater the weight of the blessing. When things are meant to carry eternity inside of them, they don't arrive rushed. Diamonds are buried in pressure. Stars are born in silence. And chosen ones? Chosen ones are hidden until the exact moment their light will not only shine, but transform everyone it touches. You've been asking, why not now? And heaven has been answering, because what I'm building through you takes time. Your delay wasn't a rejection, it was a redirection. Your detour wasn't a mistake, it was a hidden corridor to glory that only a few are selected to walk. You didn't miss your flight, you're simply being rerouted to first class, and the plane wasn't ready for boarding yet. You may be wondering why it's been so quiet. Why doors closed? Why people left? Why the vision took so long to manifest? But understand this now. Quiet doesn't mean forgotten. Silence doesn't mean denial. It means something holy is forming. And now it begins. Your season is shifting. The energy in the unseen is changing. You're not in a holding pattern anymore. You're in alignment. Every delay, every heartbreak, every seemingly missed opportunity has been heaven's GPS redirecting you to something far greater than what you asked for. Stay anchored. This is the season where you will begin to understand why it took what it did. The clarity is coming. The doors will make sense. And the peace you're stepping into? It's going to feel like finally arriving home in your own destiny. You're not late. You're exactly where glory begins. The enemy would love nothing more than to convince you that you've fallen behind. He whispers in subtle ways, through comparison, through exhaustion, through watching others receive what you've prayed for. He tries to make you believe that your breakthrough passed you by. But the truth is, you were never meant to walk their path. That blessing wasn't delayed, it was tailored. And tailored things take longer to arrive. You're not late, you're just on a delivery schedule that's been signed and sealed by the hand of God Himself. What's being prepared for you has your name on it, and no one else can claim it. The enemy wants your discouragement, but God is after your preparation. Think back to all the times when you felt stuck. Now realize something powerful. You were never stuck. You were being held still by the hand of grace. You weren't wandering. You were waiting at a divine checkpoint. That pain, that pause, that prolonged silence, it was heaven's way of maturing you in secret. Because the truth is, God is more interested in who you're becoming than how quickly you arrive. You are being built, not just blessed. You are being fortified for something heavy, something with weight, responsibility, and glory attached to it. And anything with weight must have foundation. That's what this quiet season has been about. That's why you've been misunderstood, set apart, even forgotten by some. God didn't hide you to harm you. He hid you to protect you. There's a reason you haven't gone viral yet. There's a reason your name isn't in lights just yet. Because the foundation wasn't finished. But now, something in the atmosphere is beginning to break open. And you're going to realize, it was never about speed. It was about strength. Because when you finally step into what's yours, it won't just bless you, it will awaken those watching. The testimony coming from your journey will be so undeniable that even those who doubted you will say, that had to be God. Not luck. Not hustle. Not connections. God. And here's something important the Spirit wants to whisper into your soul right now. Stop talking too much about your dreams. Stop sharing every vision before it's formed. This moment isn't about noise, it's about movement. You've spoken long enough. You've explained yourself over and over. You've outlined the plans, drawn the blueprint, shared it with people who couldn't even understand your frequency. But now, it's time to move in silence and strategy. Your energy is sacred now. Your focus must be protected. You are not obligated to convince anyone. You are only obligated to obey the calling. When the divine positioning is happening, the best thing you can do is act, not talk. The winds have shifted. The light has changed. There is no more waiting for the perfect moment, because that moment is now. But not everyone will feel it. Only those attuned to divine timing will understand that the atmosphere around them is charged with manifestation. If you're hearing this, it means you are one of them. A chosen vessel. A messenger of movement. You don't have to force this. You don't have to rush. Just trust the pull in your spirit, and obey quickly. Because right now, opportunities are opening that only obedience can unlock. And you won't need to kick down doors. Doors will open when you arrive. This is not a motivational talk. This is a prophetic alignment. Your soul was meant to hear this today, in this exact hour, because something has shifted in the heavens. And you, chosen one, are being positioned for something far greater than comfort. You're being positioned for impact. This is what you were made for. You are not being punished, you are being preserved. In a world where people are racing, pushing, and forcing their way forward, you've been moved by a different rhythm, one orchestrated by heaven. You've been positioned, not sidelined. And that distinction matters deeply. Because when you are chosen for something significant, your preparation takes longer, your tests go deeper, and your isolation becomes a sacred classroom. This is why your journey hasn't looked like anyone else's. Your timeline was never supposed to match theirs. You were handpicked for something that requires spiritual strength, not just skill. Some doors didn't open because God was still strengthening your character behind the scenes. Not because you weren't good enough, but because what's coming required you to be anchored. Had it come too early, you may have misused it. But now you're ready. You've cried enough tears. You've fought enough silent battles. You've endured the weight of not being understood, and still, you've remained faithful. And now, the shift is near. You'll start noticing the right people showing up. Divine appointments. Accelerated alignments. What felt like drought will soon feel like overflow. But understand this, chosen one, glory comes with responsibility. The blessing that's on the way isn't just about you, It's about those attached to you. That's why you had to be patient. That's why you had to get it right within, before it could be revealed without. And now, listen closely. This is the season where you must act. Not rush. Not panic. But take decisive, faith-filled steps in the direction you've been shown. The nudges, the whispers, the signs, they're not your imagination. They are divine signals telling you that the atmosphere is ripe for action. This is the window you've been praying for. Don't delay it by second-guessing yourself. Don't talk yourself out of it. Don't keep getting ready. You are ready. You've been made ready in the fire. God isn't asking for perfection. He's asking for participation. Your yes is the only thing standing between you and the open door. Stop looking around to see who supports you. Some people were never meant to come with you. In fact, your elevation will confuse them. But that's not your concern anymore. Your only focus now is obedience. Obedience is better than strategy. Obedience is better than approval. Obedience is better than timing. Because God's instruction comes with its own supernatural timing. When He says, move, you move, not because it looks ready, but because He is ready. The waiting season didn't break you. It prepared you. It refined your discernment. It sharpened your vision. And now, as you begin to walk into the blessings that were already marked for you, you'll notice it all starts aligning. Doors open. Minds change. Energy shifts. Your steps are ordered now. And as you walk, understand this. There's a divine momentum behind you. You'll begin to move faster, not because you're rushing, but because the wind of heaven is behind you. Favor will find you in rooms you didn't even apply to enter. Opportunities will come not because you chased them, but because you were positioned for them. You don't need to fight anymore. You just need to flow. Flow with what God is unfolding. Flow with the peace that follows your decisions. Flow with the nudges in your spirit that won't go away. And when it comes time to step out, do it boldly. Because this next chapter is not just about breakthrough. It's about becoming. You're stepping into who you were always meant to be. Chosen one, everything you've walked through was a setup for this sacred moment. The pain, the delays, the confusion, they weren't blocks, they were blueprints. You are not arriving late. You are arriving right on time, carrying the weight of wisdom, the depth of discernment, and the strength of someone who has already fought the storm and survived. You've been hidden, not forgotten. Protected, not rejected. And now, the covering is being lifted so that the light within you can finally shine without fear. You'll no longer have to explain your silence or defend your delays. The fruit that's about to emerge from your life will speak louder than your explanations ever could. And yes, your name is being whispered in rooms you haven't even stepped into yet. Not because of networking, but because of divine favor. The timing of heaven is different. It doesn't follow the logic of man, it obeys the language of faith. And you, beloved, have been speaking that language all along. You were built slowly because your foundation had to be unshakable. You were called higher because your assignment carries eternal weight. You were kept back because the stage you're being prepared for requires a glory that can't be rushed. Let this be the day you stop comparing your journey to anyone else's. Your path was marked before time began. You are not behind, you are becoming. You are not overlooked, you are overqualified by grace. And everything that once seemed lost will return in a higher form, pressed down, shaken together, and overflowing. There's someone out there waiting for what's inside of you. Someone whose breakthrough is tied to your obedience. Someone who will find healing in your testimony. And for their sake, and yours, you can't afford to shrink anymore. Your next level requires boldness. Your next step requires faith. But your next chapter? It has already been ordained. The wait was not wasted. The silence was not empty. The pain was not pointless. And now, heaven is backing your every move. Move in silence if you must, but move. Launch the project. Speak the truth. Heal the wound. Step away from what no longer serves you. Embrace the version of you that's been waiting to be revealed, because you were never late. You were simply being positioned for a glory greater than you imagined. The stars are aligning. The waters are parting. The fire is fading, and the dawn is here. Walk forward, not with fear, but with full expectation. God didn't bring you this far to leave you halfway. You're not here to survive anymore. You're here to shine, to thrive, to lead. Your arrival has been long awaited, not just by you, but by heaven itself. It's time.